What's going on, guys? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure here, and sales over the weekend in my eBay store, but it was a fantastic weekend. Keep it here, I'll tell you why.
Mountain Man Treasures.
Welcome into the channel, guys. My name is Troy. I'm a part-time reseller based out of Montana. I've got a day job at a radio station. When I get done there, I go to estate sales and thrift stores. On weekends, when it's actually garage sale season, there's a very short window here in Montana. I go to garage sales and we buy stuff there and then we sell it again online for a profit. I do that for the most part, primarily on eBay. Dabble in a few others, have dabbled in others and got rid of them, but mostly eBay is where we do this. And if you guys have watched the channel for any amount of time, you've seen that over the last month or so, my sales have been very roller coastery. It usually is on eBay, but it's a little bit manic right now. Very up, very down, no rhyme or reason. Right now, usually quarter one, I mean, it is a little bit slower. People waiting for their tax refunds. When the tax refunds show up, they will start spending again, so don't worry. It's going to happen. But right now, it's just, you can't tell what's going to happen day to day. And we had some good sales this weekend, but a couple of you folks made this weekend fantastic. We're going to get to that here in a little bit, but first I do want to cover the stuff that we sold over the weekend, and the first actually sold within about a day of listing, maybe even less than 24 hours. Pretty cheap item, but it was a quick sale. This Vtech Train Car sold for $6.99 plus shipping. What I did, I went into Goodwill a couple weeks ago. I finally decided to start going through them. I bought 4 of the, the toy bags, the clear bags. They had them crammed with cars. I bought 4 of them. They were $2.99 a piece. So we're $12 into all of these. Right now, a lot of them were worthless in terms of resale. They're junk cars, right? But there were other stuff, there was other stuff mixed in there, like this Vtech car. There was another Vtech car in there. There's some Disney Pixar cars in there. Various things that I could actually part out and sell by themselves. So what I did, I sorted through, pulled all those out, and sold the Vtech and the cars and all those. I listed all those individually. I bundled all the other stuff together, wound up being like 70 cars, I think. Put them on Facebook Marketplace for $15. Cheap enough to move them. I wanted to do 20, but I thought, you know what, 15, somebody ought to bite at it. And sure enough, it took a day. I had 3 people message me. And so I stopped, I dropped those off and turned that into lunch money, paid off the initial investment, plus actually a couple bucks. And now we're 100% profit. Every time we sell one of these cars, it's 100% profit. So don't forget about your local marketplace. Mine isn't great for flipping stuff, at least not for high value. People want to get a deal on there. They're kind of going into the local Facebook groups with a garage sale mindset. So if you go in with that same mindset for a lot of things and think, you know what will people pay for this to get a deal and still make me a little bit of money? You can turn some stuff over that way. And that's what we did. We got rid of these cars that otherwise I would have just donated back. And it went to a lady, a grandma, that said, I'm going to visit my grandson tomorrow. This is going to be a great gift. So grandson got 70 cars for $15, which is a cheap deal for him to play with. We made a little bit of money.
Win, win, win.
Then speaking of one of the 100% profits out of this, not a lot of profit, but we sold this guy. This is from Disney Cars. Lizzie, the Model T, sold for $7 free shipping. I actually took an offer on this. I had it up at $10 free shipping, but I thought, you know what, we went back and forth a little bit, and I thought, you know, it's good enough. You know, $7 free shipping. We make a couple dollars off of it. I'm not going to quibble over, you know, when I'm going to make $2 or $3. Let's just move the thing out. It was a filler item, something easy to list, and like I said, all profit in the bank. Then we sold this Helena Brewer's hat for $24.78 plus shipping. Jellycat, I've been talking about it for a little bit because I've recently been finding them. And this is not a big ticket item, but it's Jellycat, and so it sells. This is an avocado, of course, and it sold for $9.48. That an offer I sent out. It was $9.98. Sent an offer of 5% off, and they bit, and they paid international shipping. This one going to Haifa. That's in Israel. You never know what's going to sell international. I sold a plush avocado from Montana to Israel. Then another plush, sort of. This is a Scentsy Buddy. This is Terra the Triceratops. If you find Scentsy Buddies and they're cheap, pick them up. I actually thought about selling this one on local marketplace as well because it wasn't a very high dollar, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to list it on eBay for a little bit. If it doesn't sell, I'll take it off. We'll put it on one of the Facebook groups and it'll sell on there. And sure enough, it sold for $14.73 plus shipping. Scentsy Buddies are great. Essentially what they are a plush. It's got a little zipper pouch in the back with the Scentsy, it's packets rather than like the wax or whatever. They're a little packet that has a scent in it. And you can put them in kids' rooms and stuff. And so these sell actually very well. A lot of times you'll find them. This was in the plush at Goodwill, or you'll find them at garage sales. I've sold some for pretty good money. Some of them are very good. Remember the Dumbo from a while back? We sold still in the box for, what was it, like $75 or something like that? It was a high dollar sale for a Scentsy Buddy. So keep an eye out for those things. Then a viewer came in, Serge. He's actually sent us a couple things. That wooden postcard back there he sent us. And he's a good friend of the channel up in Canada. And his brother, I think you said brother, Serge, is like a hobby entomologist. And he's a bug guy. And he found these right here, these antique tobacco silks in my store. I'm actually almost out of these things. I had a whole bunch of them. They've been sitting in here about a year now because I listed them when we went to Las Vegas last year, paid for by eBay. These were what I brought with me in a binder, and I could list like 5 a day in a handful of minutes, and it kept the store active while we were on vacation mode, and then I could go back to my vacation. All I had to do was a couple minutes a day of eBay, and it kept the store active. And Serge sent me an offer on these. It was too high, Serge, so I countered back. And so $6.99 a piece on both of these butterfly silks, plus he paid the international shipping to go up to Canada. We of course combined those and then refunded you the difference on that. So I did get that. That should be processing. I don't know how long it takes for the international refund. I don't know if that takes any longer, but should be showing up in your PayPal account or bank account, wherever you paid out of. And these are on their way up to you. So I hope your brother likes them, man. They're really, really cool. And like I said, we're running out. So I'm glad you got in before we ran out of those. Then for the PS2, we sold Mortal Kombat Deception. This one didn't have the manual with it, so it wasn't quite as valuable. Again, I had this one listed at, I think, about $10. Somebody sent me an offer of, I think it was $5. And I just straight declined them. They came back and sent another offer at $6. And so I sent an offer of $7.50. I thought that's as low as I'll go. And they took it. So $7.50 for Mortal Kombat Deception plus shipping on that one. And then we sold from the animated series 6-Armed Spider-Man. This from our big bulk buy along with that video game. And we're up to about $1,700 in profit now off of that. So about another, we paid $1,800. So we're just about even on that. And then these video games and figures that we start selling will be profit. We're almost there. Spider-Man sold for $23.44 plus shipping. Sold another video game from that collection, $29.47 for WCW Super Brawl. That for the Super Nintendo. That only lasted, I think, about a day, maybe 2 days. I listed that over the weekend, so that a nice turnaround. Then we sold one of these souvenir programs, Dragon Slayer. $8.88 plus shipping. This is just proof that sometimes people want to get a deal, right? Because I had it listed, I think, at $9.98. I think that's what it was, plus shipping. And they sent an offer of $8.88. They wanted to save $1. You know what? That's why I accept offers, because my margins are good enough on pretty much everything that I have to handle saving $1 or 5%, 10% to move it out. Now, if it's something that I'm positive is going to sell at a higher price, I might sit and wait if it hasn't been listed for very long. But if it's been sitting for a while, or if nobody's shown interest in it, or if I'm just in that mood that day, and go, well, yeah, it's good enough, I'll take that. Some people just want to get a deal. And so they saved $1. I made $8.88. We're both happy. Then another scale model car, this die-cast car, the Nissan Skyline Gtr. This was at $45, I believe. They sent me an offer of $42, and I accepted that. Free shipping on this, but shipping wound up costing me, it was $11.28. So still very solid profit off of a $1 pickup. Then we sold a wrestling figure. This is one of the Bendums from the mid-90s. Kevin Nash sold for $13.99 plus shipping. That an offer that I sent out that they accepted. And then these key blanks right here, a set of 3. And the buyer came in and bought 2 of them So $19.96 plus shipping for 6 blank keys. Not a bad deal there for me. I paid $10 for 2 boxes of these. I'm not even sure how many we have. We have quite a few of them. These are the first to sell, but now obviously that puts us in the profit. And I knew they'd be slow, but how easy are these to list, right? It's a quantity item. They're in a little box like this big. I mean, they take no room. Easy to ship. That's the kind of thing that I don't mind making a lower dollar profit on, because it's just easy money. And people will buy those old keys. A lot of times they use them for jewelry, or, if they're the older skeleton type keys, they'll use them for decoration, stuff like that. So if you come across old keys, not like somebody's old car keys or house keys or something, probably not. But there's stuff like this where they're old. These were actually uncut. Yeah, you can pick those up and eventually they're going to sell. Now, I mentioned at the front end that you guys made my weekend, because sales-wise, like I said, it was fine. It was not a great weekend by any means. We did okay. But we ran a couple of charity auctions, and they ended this weekend. All of the money that we raised from that going to Paul, the Philly flipper, who is then immediately sending it to his friend who runs Save a Life. It's an organization in Ukraine that she runs that has pivoted from their normal nonprofit activities and are now working to help refugees feed and clothe, medicine, transport them out of the country, that sort of thing. And they're working their tails off. And so Paul put together, he was born in Ukraine, actually. And so he put together sort of a collection of resellers and YouTubers to work to raise some money for the organization. And last week wound up sending $7,500 to his friend, and he said she was floored. And there were a couple more auctions still going and a couple things still going on. Carryover at American Arbitrage had an auction still going. I don't know if it's running now. It may have finished up. We had one that finished up as well. Actually, 2 that finished up. We had a couple of pieces of artwork. I bought them actually from a Ukrainian artist here in Montana. The money for those that we paid for those went to a charity that she was supporting there that was doing much the same thing. And so we actually helped out twice, which was awesome. And so I had 2 of these up. One was an art print of hers, a print off of a watercolor, and one was another original watercolor. And I'm losing words, guys. Words are my job, and I can't find them.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
You guys are amazing. This community is just the most caring, giving community of people. It really and truly, it's phenomenal. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, and I guess I'm not in large part. But when it happens, I guess through me as the conduit, it just, it means a lot. So, I mean, I guess check out first. This is the art print that we put up. And Carissa from Chosen Goods LLC won this for $103.50. Carissa was actually bidding on both of the prints that we had up and was leading both of them, but she had a challenger come in. So we'll show you that. Here's Carissa's store. Go check out her store. She's got great stuff in there. Go support her. If you see something in there, go buy a little something from Carissa and thank her for what she did there. I mean, she's a fantastic human person. Thank you so much for doing that. She said she was so bummed to miss the other one as well. And that one, well, right here, check it out. Miss Jane won this. You've seen her in the premieres all the time. She's a wonderful supporter of me and my family, of the channel. She's purchased stuff from the store, and she spent $360 to get this watercolor from Svetlana, and she loved it from the minute she saw it. She had sent me a couple messages asking when it was going to be up, and she loved it, and said, a little more money than she was hoping to spend on it, but she had to battle Carissa to get it. And she said, actually, at the end, and I'd never seen it either, it didn't say, congratulations, you won, or sorry, you missed out. It said something along the lines of, please wait while we determine the winner, because both of them were going back and forth in the final seconds, and the wheel was spinning on my end too. And so I got to feel like they were right at the buzzer there, and it had to figure out who got the final bid. And Jane got that final bid in. So, Jane, thank you so much. Check it out. Here is Jane. She doesn't have a store, but go do the search for a user, find her stuff on there, and same thing. Go support Jane and thank her for what she did for the folks there in Ukraine for that nonprofit. Just I don't have the words to thank, and I think when I talked with Jane, I said for both her and Carissa, thank yous don't feel like enough. You know, they just don't, and not for that level of love and support. They don't feel sufficient, but that's what I've got. You know, is a thank you. So thank you so much, Jane, and again, Chosen Goods LLC. Go check them out as well. Thank you for your support. It means the world. So that's what I've got for you today, guys. Other than to mention, we are going to run another little whatnot auction today, Monday, this afternoon. This time we're going to do some die-cast cars. So, you know what? It works well to cut in the video that I upload to whatnot, or a portion of that is the preview. That way you guys can see what we're talking about. Hey guys, what's going on? Matchbox, Hot Wheels. Got some cool stuff here. That one we're actually giving away at the auction. We've got some mint edition stuff here too. We've got a Thunderbird. Check that out. We've got the Cobra. We've got a Chevy Bel Air. Lots of sets of two. We kind of paired up some cool stuff over here. Look at that. It's the Goodyear blimp. We got some neat stuff here. The Hot Bird, some first editions. And then we've even got some Matchbox Star Cars. Brady Bunch and Happy Days. So nothing big today, and we've got something around 16, 17 items, something like that. It'll go 30, 40 minutes. We're going to run stuff starting at like $1, $2, and we're giving away that one. Actually, I just pulled down another giveaway item. Let me show you that. This is actually not on the list there yet, and wasn't in the video. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to do this thing. This is pretty cool. It's from AARP. It's a mini collector's helmet from Bell Racing. They're pretty old. This is, well, it's not signed. It's like part of the thing. It looks signed. Check that out. We've got the Jeff Gordon signature on there. So ride with Jeff Gordon there. So again, not an actual hand. He didn't sign it, but it's part of the helmet. These are actually pretty rare. I got my hands on a few of them because I do some work here with AARP, and they were clearing out some space and said, hey, would you like some of these? And so yeah, I took some of them. I've got some of them listed in my store, but we're gonna give one of these away today as well. Great reseller item. I guess you can undercut me if you want. So stop on by. We're gonna give this thing away. We're going to sell some die-cast. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, so swing on by. If I don't see you there, we'll see you here next time.